Hello Year 7. This presentation will just be a rundown of your practical lessons for the remaining weeks of Term 3 and also weeks 1 to 4 of Term 4. So, what will you be doing? In a week, you don't have a practical lesson time on your timetable. So instead, you'll be doing 30 minutes of physical activity twice in a week. What afternoons you do it on will be up to you. So, one of the 30 minutes will be doing the alphabet grid, which I'll get into shortly. And the second 30 minutes will be your own choice. So, you can go for a walk, you can go for a bike ride, a run, a swim, you can practice your soccer skills or your basketball skills. Your own choice is completely up to you. In B week, when you do have your practical lesson in your timetable, we will be doing a Zoom lesson together. Now, we'll be doing a workout, either a full body workout or possibly a stretch session or maybe a bit of mindfulness, and we'll all be doing it together and I'll lead you through that one. Okay, so this is what the alphabet grid looks like. For each alphabet letter, there is a corresponding exercise. Hello everyone, Miss Hobbs here. Okay, so the first exercise is ab bicycles. We want to take these slow and steady. Try and have your shoulders and feet off the floor at all times and trying to get your elbow to the opposite knee. The next one is burpees, my favorite exercise ever. So we're going down, flat stomach to the floor, and then as you come up, make sure your hands and arms are up above your head. So flat down to the floor, big jump up. Moving on to the next one is commandos or elbows to hands, whatever you would like to remember it by. So you drop down, elbow, elbow, and then come back up, hand, hand. Try and switch arms each time you do it. So you notice I go one arm down and then back up, and then I swap to the other arm here. Following on is crunches. So we're laying down on our back again. We're coming up so our shoulders are off the floor and we're holding it here for a second at the top so we can really feel that squeeze in our stomachs. Over onto plank hold, we want to keep our body in a straight line, so squeeze your booty, try and have your shoulders over your elbows, and we're holding super still. Okay, push-ups. It's been a while since I've been to the gym. We've locked down, so my push-ups on my toes were struggling a bit, but you can do these on your toes or on your knees. Next one is shoulder taps. Again, keeping our body super still and we're tapping our hand to the opposite shoulder. Next one, star jumps. I'm sure we've all done these before. Let's get those arms right above our heads. Squats. We want our knees to go out, not in. And we want our back to be super straight as well as we're squatting down. Onto V-snaps. Again, it's been a while since the gym, so these were a bit of a struggle. I'm a bit shaky here, but we want to keep these controlled, reaching up for our feet. And if you're struggling to do that, that is okay. You can tuck into a ball like I am here. And the next one is either a wall sit or a squat hold. So I'm doing the squat hold here. We're just holding it down at like a 90-degree angle. Or if you have a wall, we're doing our 90-degree angle hold here as well. Ciao! Now the biggest thing to remember is that you want to record how long it takes you to complete your physical activity. So we want to set up a timer, or you can also check the clock, see the time, write it down, then complete your activity, stop the timer, or have a look at the clock and record the time at the end of your workout. Why we want to do this is because it is part of our reflection questions in the journal. I have added in this weekly guide that I want you to look at every time you complete the alphabet grid, and hopefully this will remind you to set up that timer. So step 1 is open up the weekly journal and fill out question 1, and step 2 is set the timer. Then step 3, complete the workout. Step 4 is stop the timer or record the time, and then the final step will be completing the rest of the questions in the journal. Now this is what the journal will look like for week 9. So sneak peek of what the activity is next week. You'll be spelling out Smiths Hill High School and allocating the exercises to those letters. After your workout, you can see in red down the bottom, write your response here. I have 3 reflection questions there. Now, ideally, I would like you to reflect on all of those questions. If you have additional things that you want to reflect on, then go ahead. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions and your feelings and everything that you thought about doing that physical activity. Now, I want the responses in paragraphs, please. Not just one-worded answers, not just one sentences, a paragraph. So you're going to complete your response to each of those reflection questions and bundle it together into one paragraph. So ideally, there should be roughly about 150 words in your paragraph. Now, that is just a guideline. I don't want to see 20 words, but if you happen to write 200 or 300, then that is okay. So that is your weekly journal for the alphabet grid. Now remember, in week A, you actually have to do 2 lots of 30 minutes activities, and the other activity you do is your own choice. So you also have a journal, which will look like this in week 9. Some of the reflection questions are a little bit similar to the one before. Some of it is a little bit different because, of course, I want to know what activity you chose. And then in B week, you will also have a journal activity for after the Zoom session. So it will look like this. Again, some reflection questions will be the same. Some are a little bit different. And again, that 150 words is just a guideline. If you want to write more, you can go ahead and write more. Okay, so if you have made it all the way to the end, pat on the back, well done, congratulations. You have just listened to my voice for almost 8 minutes, which I'm very impressed by. So, if you have made it all the way here, then in the Google post that this is in, I will be asking everyone to write red. If you have made it to this last slide, I want you to write red and then a random animal name. And we'll see if we confuse anyone. Hopefully we don't confuse anyone, because hopefully everyone's made it to the end, but we'll see. All right, I can't wait to get started into these new physical activity exercises for week 9 onwards. Can't wait.